Recording started. Here we go.
Good morning, good evening, and good night, everyone. Welcome to Fireside.
It's not a fireside. It's Echoes of New Eden, but that's okay. It sounded really good the last time I did it and blared it into my ears. OC got a laugh, so I figured I'd do it again as the intro. This is Echoes of New Eden. And by the way, Busco, that picture you posted, that is of a fat, shaved Benzie. That's a fat Captain Busy right there. That is 100% him. Just fat. I don't know where that picture came from, but that's what it is. And we got news about Benzie, by the way. Fat Z.
Wow. Well, guys, no captain shaming, okay?
Oh, just wait until you hear. Wait until you hear his. Okay, we're gonna do it right now. Just
that's a great foreshadow for the show.
Yeah, I mean that was so perfect that you posted that. Okay, so there's Fat Z.
Whoa.
Now, on top of Fat Z, I want you all to get a listen to his new album. I'm not shitting you. This is Captain Benzie's brand new album. His name is Benjamin Kelly, by the way, because it's right there where he says Captain Ben, and it's got his face. It's called Salt Song. That's the first song. I'm going to play it, and I'm just going to apologize. Actually, I'm going to play the second one because the first one takes like a minute of the first 2 minutes to even get to where you hear any audio. But here you go. This is Benjamin Kelly, a.k.a. Captain Benzie, singing.
Saying you eat the dough, boys, and I'll eat the beef. It's windy weather, boys, stormy weather, boys. When the wind blows, we're all together, boys. Blow ye winds westerly, blow ye winds blow. Jolly sou'wester, boys, stand.
Yeah, okay, I'm done because my ears are bleeding. That's the third time I've listened to it, and now I have to say that does not sound like him. If you like that kind of music, that's not so bad. But what in the fuck? Talk about a left turn, like in life. I don't know. Yeah, he's solo.
I think this is what a midlife crisis is. It's one of those things where like you don't know you're in it. It's like a sand trap where you're like, am I in fucking quicksand right now? Like,
he's leasing a Porsche with a whale tail and a convertible. You know, it's a convertible Porsche with the whale tail. He's wearing the big black, sheriff type glasses, but they're black. And yeah, now he's singing shanties by the sea.
Dude, speaking of which, man, pre-COVID, I used to travel for work, right? And we definitely had a director for a client come in, and the dude started renting a camouflage Lambo. Like right on the dot, mid-age life crisis. Guy, you could see his stress level just going up and up.
Yep.
Camouflage Lambo.
Yep. Oh my gosh. Poor guy. I mean, there's nothing else to say there. It's just kind of interesting and funny and sad all at the same time. So, moving on, the next thing we're going to talk about. Do you remember how a few weeks back NetEase said they were going to end the senior CC program? That they weren't going to do that for whatever all the things they were going to do. I think Rambo even laid out kind of like the stipend they got or the little bit of a payment they got to use to get whatever they wanted in game, plus the Duo Omega for your main tune, and then the 4 they give away. That they can give away every week, up to 4 anyway, that they can give away every week. All that's gone, right? Remember how they came in and said that? And they haven't really said anything about the regular CCs. But then they did put out a survey that I took. I know Mario took it. I think a few other CCs took it. I don't think Rambo or Damon Zell were ever given the link to take the survey. But here's the results of that survey, by the way. The results of that survey and then replacing the senior CC program is this. I got an actual DM from Maru, the community manager. Can you believe it, OC? It's amazing. I couldn't believe I got a DM from her. I've asked her like 50 fucking questions and gotten nothing in return. Hasn't been able to answer any basic questions, but she did ask me if I would promote that on my server, and if I did, every time somebody downloaded it with the code they gave me, I'd get $1.
First of all, Taylor, none of us believe you're a subpar troll. There's no such thing as an Eddie's community manager. Okay.
True.
Absolute subpar effort here, dude. Okay?
True.
$1 to please download our data scraping VPN. That's not a VPN.
Some sort of we will speed your pings up and make your gaming faster.
Yeah, bro. We're not gonna sniff your packets. You can trust us, okay?
I don't know who would download this. I don't know who would download this. Actually, I do know some people who download this, and that's really, really sad. So follow this link to download more RAM for your video card. Seriously, that's what that is. It's 100%. I mean,
yeah, they actually no. So they actually, as part of the offer, they do send you the RAM. You just need to enclose the money via Western Union and your Social Security as well, and you will get the free RAM in the mail. Yeah. It will be in 6 to 12 business weeks.
Right. Where's the Nigerian? Yeah, that on exactly, Nessival. All of that on top of that right there, where Nettie's employees were arrested for fraud, money laundering through the Marvel game. No kidding. No kidding. I mean, you literally couldn't make this stuff up. Like, you couldn't write a better little 1-2 punch right there than that. I mean, what in the shit? So anyway, that's the fun story on the CC side. I still have no idea what the hell they're going to do with it. I don't know why Rambo and Damon Zell can't get reinstated onto the server. I don't know if they really want to at this point. I don't know if it really matters. Will it matter going forward? I have no idea.
Wait, no idea. Damon isn't a content creator right now?
As they say, no, neither's neither's Rambo. As they say, is it going to be great? I don't know. It could be great. It could be the greatest of all time. Nobody knows.
Wow.
Maybe the best. Who knows? Anyway. Yeah, exactly. Not do us. I mean, it's just kind of like stupid stuff. Stupid is as stupid does. Okay. So we're going to talk about patch notes. We're going to talk about war stuff going on around the map because there's some interesting things going on multiple fronts that most people. Yeah, I think if you're really, really plugged into this game and you're in the game every day and you're kind of seeing stuff going around, maybe you're on Gulag or even on the main server, the Eve server, maybe you know about this, maybe you don't. I don't know. We'll find out today. And then, of course, we'll end the whole thing with some name and shame kill mills and some consider your suggestions. So anything else you want to add to that, OC?
No, it sounds good.
Okay. All right. What was the first thing I said we were going to do?
I want to say with patch notes.
Okay, yeah, that's right. It's that kind of day. It's that kind of day. I'm telling you. So if you recall, the Chiefs won. Almost went to overtime. I was so effing pissed off. Oh, that's what I was. So I knew I had a story to tell. Okay. So let's see if you guys can relate to this, because I feel like this is really, really relatable. Yeah, it's called the Weave, guys. It's called the Weave. I was getting ready to come down here and be ready for the show, and this is part of me just getting down here late to begin with, right? And as I'm walking out the door, to come down to the studio and get started, my wife is like, "Can you take the trash out on your way?" And I instantly had this flashback to one of my favorite all-time movies of Galaxy Quest, where the kid is trying to help Tim Allen and Sigourney Weaver not get smashed by the piston things close to the end of the movie. Right. And he's just told this kid, dude, it's all real. And he just goes nuts. He's losing his mind. But in the middle of all that, and I'm trying to help him, his mom is yelling at him about taking out the fucking trash. Just take out the damn trash. And so so he has to stop what he's doing and go take the trash out and then race back. And he's getting all flustered. And that's exactly how I felt even coming into this, getting things set up before it all went to shit with the audio. Anyway, I don't know if anybody else can relate to that story, but I love that movie. You got something important to do, and that's when the wife or the girlfriend or the mom or whoever gets in the way and says, no, you got something more important to do. And you're like, the trash? Really?
Prime Omega 13, guys. The universe is at stake.
I don't know. What's everybody think of this event, by the way, while I'm pulling up this one thing to share? I kind of like this event. Not because there's like a lot to do, but this feels like portents of things to come. In terms of how they're doing their events and how they're the spend on it. The spend on it is way lower than it ever. It's still high. Don't get me wrong. It's still expensive, but it's way lower than it's ever been in my mind. To me, did you feel the same way, OC, or no?
Which event are you talking about? You're talking about the actual, like, the giveaways and stuff, or you mean the Science C Cup version? Or?
Oh, no, just in the event right now, if you want to try and get a nanocore for a super, or you want to try to get a nanocore for your freighter, or you want to try to get a nanocore for your Science C, or even just any capital nanocore.
I think they've given you more choice. I would say this is cheaper than the immediate one. Yeah. But the original versions of this, I don't think it's cheaper. But you have more choice. Like, you can choose what you want to do more each day.
I mean, if you're smart and you play it right, you can get a Super Nano Core for $450, and you're a little lucky. You can get it for as low as $450.
That's pretty. I mean, that's if you really can do it for $450, that's the cheapest. That's
the cheapest it's ever been. It's never been that cheap. And if you're unlucky and still do it right, your most you're going to spend is like $625, I think.
That's still really cheap, because the first time they came out,
in comparison, it is. In comparison, it is. It's still too expensive. Don't get me wrong. It's still too expensive to pay for, any game. Honestly, like, Jesus. I mean, unless you're playing Star Citizen, I guess. But
whoa! We don't need spaceship shaming in here, okay? All right, we're all spaceship brothers, okay?
Yeah. It's true. I identify as poor as well, not Deus.
Identify as poor?
Yeah.
Oh, are you in Pravi too?
No. I'm in the north. I guess that's yeah, I guess your perspective there is different. If you're poor in the south, you're really fucking poor, because Providence is in the south. Wow. But if you're in the north and you're poor, you're still pretty rich.
Providence doesn't consider ourselves to be in the south. We consider ourselves low-sec adjacent.
Low-sec adjacent.
Pronoun. Yeah, that's pronoun.
Yeah. See, Boosk. I mean, too high. I mean, really, if you're one of those guys,
I would agree with that. Yeah, that's a good number for real.
If you're one of those guys who saves up through the year and knows that when an event comes around, that's the one event you're going to go for because you've saved up, then, and that's what you do for your fun, and that's what you do to put into your gaming, then I guess that's not horrible. It's not, and there's not the lucky box, the lucky chart thing is what I fucking hated, and it's gone, because that just encouraged people to whale every day on a low day or whatever. And like, all that being gone, I think is a really big positive. I hated that thing.
I don't disagree. I'm going to be honest with you, though. We had so much fun as a guild fucking with that system. That was just I mean, not even kidding. Just running reconnaissance, like, well, this guild usually does this, and we recorded everything everyone did. With
the intel on it. Yeah,
but it was not the thing was fun. The shit was shit, but it was the meta aspect of it.
Yeah,
but now we get spin wheels.
Now we get spin wheels. Yeah,
yeah,
sort of. Yeah, the random region things.
Yeah.
Do you think this is the second time now we've seen something
hot drop.
Hey, Ubi. This is the second time now we've seen something for the a region, like a regional development, without getting an expansion in Drone Lands. Do you think we're going to see an expansion in Drone Lands somewhere at some point? Because I feel like they're past due for that.
I think you're going to see a change. I don't know about a new. I'm not sure about a new area. I mean, they definitely want to change some of those mechanics in there. I just think that you're probably going to see that come after the war deck change, and you're probably going to see them try and mess with how you get merit acquisition. I'm just hoping they don't add merit acquisition to the new area, because I think that will take the wind out of the sails of faction war prematurely. That's my real concern.
I think the wind's out of the sails of faction warfare to begin with. Every time I go through those, it's empty.
Yeah, but I think they need some steam to build that up, because realistically, like, I think that's one of those things where I would rather see them work to fix that than cope with some new thing, because there has to be something that, as a new player, you can just jump into, do stuff, and then you go organically like, hey, you seem to be on my faction and not shooting me in the fucking face. Want to be friends? You know what I mean? Like, there has to be some, because right now, I mean, you see this too with recruitment, right? It's like, you have a high-sec player, and the divide between high-sec and null-sec is a chasm. It's huge.
And I think, and I'm hoping you're seeing what I'm seeing, and I'm hoping more people start to see it too, because it's not that I think, it's that I know. Those metrics that I released that I got, I really feel like there's something behind those more than just a bunch of new alts and a whole bunch of bots and people saying, oh, I can spool up my old alt again because it doesn't care about tier levels anymore and all that kind of crap, and I could fly a Scepter day one. I think there's something there though with new players. I don't know why, because the uptick in the number of people coming north for either looking to rent, corporations looking to set up shop, new players, new bros, the recruiting side of things is extremely, extremely busy right now. It's extremely busy for us up in the north anyway. I'm seeing it everywhere. So I'm hoping other people do too. Why is my video wonky? Is it backwards?
I don't see an issue with your video.
Okay. Maybe it's artifact.
Is it,
Feed the
yeah,
gerbil for your internet. I don't know. Seems pretty smooth on my end, but then again, maybe. Yeah, I know you should be able to see it in the live chat, but the recording looks good, so at least when it goes on YouTube, it'll look right. Anyway, no, I mean, yeah, exactly, Badrick. Seeing people up in the north that just have never seen before, never shown up before. So I think there's, I think for those corporations who need to recruit and are not, it's not because of the fact that there's not enough new players in the game. I think it's just lack of trying. So there's that. Thanks, Starhez. I appreciate that. Always remind me. He's always there. How's the song go? Always there to remind me. I forget anyway. I got it in my head now, but I can't sing it right. Always something there to remind me. That one. Anyway, yeah, exactly. Thank God damn, he's fast on those fucking memes.
So are we gonna get? I was gonna say, are we gonna get Benzie in here to do a duet with you? Like, what are we
Oh my God, no. All right, getting back on topic here.
It's my worst place to be.
I do remember, like, I've got two new players this year.
Yeah, this year. That's
asking
it.
Stuff.
Juby,
Yeah.
those are actually my alts, bro. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I've let this go on for far too long, and I was trying to say something, and the pressure kept building. I'm sorry, dude.
Yeah, and I just spam you videos. Go do this. I have this bigger, faster, stronger beginner's guide. You can do everything in 1 year, and what took me to do 4 years.
Yeah.
So yeah, be smart.
Quote
Bigger,
unquote
faster,
recruiting players.
stronger.
Juby's over there recruiting subs.
Yeah.
I do need to work on that beginners, that guide anyway. Just so much to do, so much going on. It's very difficult to get to. But anyway, so I put up the roadmap. This roadmap was given to us a couple weeks back. It was actually it wasn't like was it right at the 1st of November, or was it like almost a weekend? But
That was on the 6th of November.
okay, so
So
this
3
was
weeks
their
ago-ish.
November roadmap. I mean, it says right there, it says 2024 to 2025 November.
Ooh, that's the first 6. That's the first 6 months. No, for real. I think that's the first half of the year, and they're going to start with that.
But they've already done everything on here except for one thing.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Is I think they're showing you the high. I mean, you made a Star Citizen joke earlier. I think it's the same thing. They're going to go with the high confidence stuff because look at what we did with station containers. We bludgeoned them about it every.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and
Yeah.
I'm guilty too, and I'm not going to stop. I'm not
No,
apologizing.
no.
But you can understand their trepidation to overpromise.
Yeah.
Yeah, I even think I talked to Cloud that why can't you do like a ship which is called the container, and it's basically like the Imicus co-ops, and you
joke,
buy those
but
and you just put
that's-
stuff in it.
But that is how a lot of the Eve code looks.
That's
Drones are
exactly
ships,
what
structures are ships. Like it.
Yeah.
I mean, so
and that's what
You
people are
just
doing
can't
now.
undock
All
the
we need is naming.
container ship.
All we need is naming. We're doing that already. We already have containers. It's called ships. It's called extra nearest 2s in your hangar, or
Yeah.
Badger 2s in your hangar. That's all it is. All you need now is the ability to name them, and we're done.
you know
I
what's
already,
sad?
I already have. The
You know
containers.
we've had the ability to name hangars since launch. It just doesn't save the name.
No.
Yeah.
If you click on your corp hanger, you can type in a different name and it just won't save. It's right there.
Are
it's
you
within our
kidding
grasp.
me? Are you kidding
Since
me?
since fucking launch day, and also when you unanchor a capsular outpost, the name of that container that it's in, that's the password container from EVE Online. It's fucking right there.
Oh God.
It burns my soul. I just want the tools.
These are the Easter eggs, I guess, from the
Easter
developers.
eggs. Yeah.
Bro, it's
From what they are inspired.
So I guess if you look at this roadmap, because I'm still looking at this, out of the 3 things, I thought 2 were already delivered, but they're not. So the first one is new contents, Corporation League, Character Portraits, StarCore, Nanoco. That was last week.
Corp. Yeah,
that was this
Corp
week.
League is the one that's out, right?
Yeah.
Reset
So all of
features.
that was this week. The next one, it has balance adjustments in there, and I kind of had in my head that was the balance adjustments we would have got the week before because they've had 2 weeks of updates in a row.
Yeah,
But in
no,
reality,
that's not yet.
But in reality, that's not right. That's implants. That's implant reset feature and balance adjustment. So that's what's next. Whether that's this week or the week after, if they're back on their 2-week cadence or not, who the hell knows? It's all a mystery at this point. But they put all 3 of those things in for November, and I can't imagine them doing the implant reset and the alliance control next week. But maybe they do. Because, I mean, why would you just put November only on there other than just a typo it?
I think that's showing when they put it out because that's a weird. If they're planning all this content for here, that means we're going to wait a while for some other stuff because that's a lot for one.
That
thing.
is. Well, I mean, it would make sense if December was a little dry because in January you've got, the Chinese New Year. That's
right.
as big that's a big of an update for them as the anniversary is. Honestly.
Right.
So. Yeah, maybe we get nothing this week, and the week after we get implants. Then in 2 weeks, right around Christmas, we get the alliance control. So maybe we have some time. I don't know. It's hard to say. It's really difficult to kind of figure this out anymore. But yeah. So we know what the implants are. That's going to be the reset feature where you'll be able to take an implant that's level 25 or more and just pull out 70% of your compilers from it. Now it's reset to 0. You can reuse those compilers into something else. Guaranteed they'll be the cheap compilers of some kind. That you can only use
Clone
up to
bound.
level 15 or 20. Yeah, clone bound and all that shit. So, but you'll be able to reset out of implants anyway at some point soon, which is something that I think we've all wanted for a long time. But now that it's here, maybe it's in a week or 2 weeks or whatever. I went back and looked at my implants and thought, yeah, I don't think I'm gonna probably reset any implants. I just need more.
Yeah, I don't.
So,
I mean, it's cool they're adding the feature, but I think in some ways it's a little late because I feel like when you might have regretted that early on, it's like at this point, you should have a shit ton of level 30s at this point, right? Like, I mean, you should have
if you're pushing
more implants than you need.
Because every time you have an implant and it levels up, it's adding to your extra bonus for your shields and your armor. So why take that away when it's just a passive buff? So there is new implants coming still, too. There's still more implants coming. And there's new GUs coming for the tactical defense implant. That's part of this whole package here, too, on the implants tab for the roadmap, is that you'll be able to put new GUs into the tactical defense implant that are made just for that implant. So,
but like, I don't know if Taylor said that or not, but honestly, I mean, if it's your main, bro, you should work on all implants to 15 though. Like that costs.
You're level 30 or you're a snowflake. I don't know.
Yeah, 30 on every single implant.
You're level 30 or you're a snowflake. At least one level 30. Come on, at least one level 30. I don't care if it's a freaking mining alt.
Oh my god, level 30. Oh, you actually push people to get 30 on every single thing.
Well, for the main, if they're flying a Macarial, then I'm pushing them to get level 30 on the 3 main implants for the Macarial: the artillery,
that makes sense.
The barrage, the snipe, right? If they're a Tempest pilot, same thing. If they're a Dread pilot, then same thing, right? Because cannons. So if you're really going to be that, if you're going to have that specific thing that's your main thing you're flying for CTA, is great, cool. You better get those implants to level 30. That's where we need to be.
That's a good minimum.
Not even exactly. And I'm sure I've seen some people. I think this is crazy. So Bees and Stony, I'm going to call you out right now. I've seen some of your guys' posts about telling people that you need to be at 45 period or you're slacking. Same thing with Valkuzi over in Meow telling people that they needed to be level 45 in order to join the CTA. And I'm thinking that's a good way to have your fleets go fuck you and not show up. 30 to 45 is an effing quest. 30 to 35 is okay. 35 to 45 is just a goddamn nightmare.
I mean, it's an order of magnitude because it's something like 6 level 30s versus a 45. So I think your strat makes sense. You tell people like, hey man, go and you get your 2 or 3 30s that make sense.
Yeah.
Think that shit through. and then work on your 45.
Yeah.
I can say that it's almost, I feel like it's like 200 billion to upgrade to level 45.
Something
Like
like that.
only the compilers.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm
Are
now
you
I'm
taking
at
into account the friendship discount though? That's a
no,
pretty heavy
just like
discount.
No, just 30 to
Yeah.
45 itself. Those 15 levels is probably about 200 bill.
Yeah, but you
Yeah, I
gotta factor
have
in the
now.
friendship though. You know what I mean? Like the loans and the carries, then you still have your alts, and your alt is an alt.
Nah. It's just pure isk from the market. Boom. But yeah, there's I'm now at level 43 and the 2 last levels. Oh boy.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Goddamn. I'm broke. Grinding.
Goes by
Lots of
fast.
isk.
It goes by fast. All right, I got the patch notes pulled up from the 20th, 4 days ago. We're going to go through those because no one's talked about those here yet on this show anyway. I don't know if Damon did. Doesn't matter. So, new content. We got a new capital DCU. It's a new DCU.
Ooh.
So I've built 2 so far. I've got 3 more that I'm working on getting the BPs for, just the basic one, because the other 3 are locked behind loyalty points in faction warfare. And it's really stupid, and the advantages of each one of those as you go up is like 1%, so forget it.
Now your super carrier pilots need to go do some faction war games to
Yeah,
get
something, right? Yeah, because they're clone bound, for God's sakes. It's ridiculous. So, yeah. So, but I think it's good though because it's a DCU that you can just reuse. It's 30 seconds instead of 60, like the emergency hole energizer is. It doesn't. There's nothing that gives you a bonus for it except for the Visago. The Visago does give a bonus from time for that. So yeah, I think that's a good thing to add. It's cheaper to build actually, because it takes less of the parts than the EDCU does. So it's not an overpowering thing. Although, I don't know. There's ways you can use it where it's a little bit of an overpowering thing in my mind. But yeah, it's good. It's good stuff. Good build. If you have the skills to already have built the EDCU, then you can build this as well. So. Yeah, the Empire compilers, can't trade them, can't sell them, can't put them on the market, can't contract them, can't do anything. You can only earn them, and they're 10,000 loyalty points each, which isn't much. So at least there's that. But I mean,
that's huge though.
How many?
That addition to the game that's huge. It adds some validity to that game mode. You know what I mean? Like adds a way for like an individual to help out, like to offset their costs.
I would agree with that if they were tradable, but they're not.
Oh, you don't think it's going to help because I see what you're saying. Yeah, it doesn't add liquidity to the market. I more mean in terms of like it helps you lower your cost to get into a cap and get a DCU and stuff. You know.
Well, how do you? Okay, so the skills you need to reverse engineer the blueprint. Let's just start with that because the blueprint in itself would be tradable, but the skills you need to get the blueprint to run at 100%. With yellow donuts is no trivial thing. You're buying for a very large sum of ISK that expert chip. It's not cheap. I want to say last time I saw one was 12, 13 bill.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I didn't know that there was. I thought it was part of a subcomponent they could
No.
craft to hand off their craft. Oh, okay.
No. So it's a
So
very
this is
specific skill that you already have to
Yeah.
have, and then you have to go and farm it on that same tune. So it's extremely. Then you
I
can
see
make
what
the
you're saying.
BP
That's
with them.
limiting.
So I guess I could
Yeah.
take that tune down there and just have them be carried by
No,
other
I
people.
see your point. No,
But
that's
it's a little restricted, a little too restrictive. I think it should be tradable. I'm
Yeah,
always a
no.
big fan of everything in this game. There should be no such thing as clone bound, in only certain circumstances where maybe it makes sense. But for the most part, everything should be tradable. Everything should be craftable. Everything should be interoperable that way. Like there should even the nano cores, like the implants. Obviously, you can build those implants. They're exceedingly expensive. That's fine. You can go buy them if you want to speed that up. That's fine. But they're craftable. The nanocores are not. There's no way to make those. There's no way to get to them. You know, there should be some sort of, maybe that would be a great way to really drive content into faction warfare if you could get components for crafting nanocores nowhere else but there. Like faction warfare would be lit. It'd be on fucking fire instantly. If you could at least get, mid-tier purple nanocores even capital ones, from there by farming it. It would go.
Sorry,
It would go nuts.
you tried to trade one of these, the compilers, and they didn't let you?
No, it won't let you.
That's weird. I mean, they didn't even mark this as
Nope.
clone bound.
Doesn't say anything. No.
Are we sure that's not an error? Because
No, it's not an error. It's intended. It's in the patch notes. You'll read it here in a minute. Let's see. I'll tell you.
Wow.
So how to obtain manufacturing on blueprints and reverse engineering. I guess it doesn't. In addition, more versions of it. Yeah, they don't. Doesn't necessarily say it there, but I thought it said it somewhere in here where it specifically says they're
It
not.
might be lower, like under construction or something.
Yeah, let me scroll down and get to it, and then we'll jump back up. Modules, no.
Yeah, it has it under construction. It's the first line. It's
Yep.
this.
Added new data compilers from 4 major empires for reverse engineering of some empire module blueprints. Market transactions for them are not yet available, but they can be purchased from the militia store. So if they open that up, and see, this might be one of these instances too where, in this part, I'm also fine with. They release something. There's a limited way to get it for a very short amount of time, and then it opens up to everything. Okay, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, if it has a sunset, that's like, okay.
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see what they end up doing.
The way I look at that stuff is like, rather than, I know people get upset with it, but I think it's more just a way to say, hey, let's put some focus on this particular thing, like whether it's the storage, draw attention to it. But
Yeah. And I get if they're trying to push more people into faction warfare, because it's.
They are. I just think they don't know how to be. Just to be frank, right?
Well, I
Like,
just
think
gave
they
them one excellent
want-
idea right there.
Yeah,
Like,
but,
holy shit.
you know,
I mean, even if it's a low level nanocores, like just subcaps, people would go nuts for
sure,
that.
but I think you have to up manage the shit out of netties to get them to take a suggestion, right? Like unless it's like a hey, charge more money, it's like you have to really be like explain everything.
Yeah. Well, you have to have a community
They even
manager,
don't.
and that community manager has to listen to you. So, all right. Next thing was the Starbreak nanocores, which these nanocores are fantastic. These nanocores look fucking dope. The fire coming off of them, the Lucent Moon looks like it has eyebrows that are on fire now. Yeah, it's hilarious, but also pretty cool. So they have a specialized mode that can store up to 3 times. It increases its shield armor max limit by 30% and immediately restores shield and armor by equal to 30% to the max limit. Increases all weapon and drone damage by 15%. You can charge that sucker up on a Citadel if you want to and jump a gate and it's still there.
You can jump the gate and that's okay.
It stays.
That's silly.
It stays.
That's silly.
Yeah.
I'm actually surprised that works given what doesn't persist between systems. It almost seems like that you'd have to go out of your way, right? Like,
yeah, right. So I could see some limited uses for that, but that's pretty wild. And I like the graphics of it. I like the artwork for it that they released. I don't like the one they put like the day after where they put the text at the bottom like it was some 80s retro sci-fi thing. I think that kind of ruined it. But other than that, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. New lightweight chips, as it goes for a solid year now. They have been doing absolutely nothing but buffing VAX, like left and right. Every time another buff comes out, I question whether or not my Rambo Rick should be flying a carrier and a fax, and if he should be just scrapping it all and flying a vac, because every fucking week there's a buff to these things.
dude,
So-
VAS is the fucking future. Bro. Those ships have so much utility. It's crazy.
They do. They have a ton of utility. Their use cases for them is never ending. They're excellent for
Batman played this
PvE. They're
game.
excellent for PvP. They're just fantastic.
If Batman played Eve Echoes, like his utility would just be VASs linked together. Like that's all it would be. He'd have a VAS for every situation.
Now, see, you're already getting on my bad side now, OC, because you're saying it wrong. It's a VAC. It's a VAC, not a VAS, a VAS. Okay, I know.
That's what I
everybody
said.
okay.
I said VAS.
No, VAC, VAC, not
Bro.
VAS.
You like sat there, like looked at the camera, like this fucking guy. Like that was the moment where it's like if we were in the same room, that water bottle would have been in my face. Like just this fucking piece of shit. Yeah, that's what I said. We are like, okay, all right, yeah, Vass, fucking guy. Yeah, Rambo's gonna make that a soundboard.
I can tell you're from the
That's
South.
okay.
That's all I'm going to say.
Oh wow. Okay, that's All right, finish
It's like
him.
the Lichter-Dichter argument.
I double take so hard whenever anyone drops the acronyms, right? Like oh yeah,
Yeah.
he's in a lictor. I'm like, he's in a what now?
What now?
I'm like, so there's a Roman fucking official walking around Province. Does he have 12 lictors with him? Like, what's going on? Yeah, come lictor these balls over here. Anyway, sorry, let's get back to
Somebody
podcast.
somebody actually knew I was really upset about it, and they made an alt called Lichter Taint and started flying it through Declan.
He's gonna have like some like lore explanation. Yeah, he's like a corrupted lictor. He's a tainted lictor. if you
He's a
will.
tainted
So,
Lichter.
you know,
Yeah.
Oh my God, Bradrick, I love you, dude.
There you go. There you go.
Amazing.
Anyway, so new lightweight. This patch notes is going to be the longest read through ever. new assault integrated augmented lightweight destroyers, which makes sense because every other fighter has the assault integrated and augmented variant. So it just kind of makes sense. New materials for those, better performances, obviously. You can manufacture them. And they made all this available for you to manufacture, get BPs dropping and all that right off the gate. Nothing in a box, nothing special to have to pay for even 2 weeks. It's just boom, it's there, which I thought was a nice breath of fresh air, honestly. Yep, there it is. Look at that. Good grief. Look at her.
So the blueprints from the loot crates and the waste seeker for this stuff, that's permanent. I thought
Yeah.
it was part of the event.
No,
Shit. Okay.
it's permanent. Yeah.
That's huge.
Yep, it is. It is. So they did something right there with that. Yeah, speaking of which, now that we saw that profile pic put up, the new profiles. How does everybody feel about the new AI generated profiles?
Dude, look at the hair. Bro, versus the first year where the guys had all the faces that made it look like they got hit with a shovel, right? Look at this, dude. You might have to make this the fucking preview for the video, like just zooming in.
Oh, with just the Lichter taint, yeah.
Yeah.
Waiting to see. Seriously, they could make money.
Leg warmers?
They could make money off of letting you put things on your tune, and if people could
You know they
see
do
the
that in
full
Eve, right?
scale, yes, they do.
They charge, dude. Those things are worth so much money. One of them ones that, what is it? It's like the tattoo for your face or whatever. Is one of the crazy expensive ones.
Well, they even had a riot where everybody protested in Jeddah when they released the monocle, like an eyepiece type of like robotic Borg looking thing for the eye, and they wanted $75 for it. And people rioted in Jeddah over that. So, you know.
Well, that's obviously an amazing value, right?
Yeah, yeah. Amazing value. It's $100, but it's Black Friday, so it's only $50.
Thank God.
What value? What value everybody's bringing to the little people?
Corporations do have a heart, guys. Hold you.
Anyway, so new rigs. They put out some new rigs, navigation rigs, mineral hold optimization, and structure hold optimization. Manufacture them with the blueprints obtained reverse engineering, so those are just ready to go right off the bat. So that is mineral hold optimization. So your nearest two can now get an increased buff to its mineral holds, where we could never do that before.
Is that really what because I thought we got some of these ore hold things. Was it just the ore hold ones we got?
It was just
before?
the ore hold ones we got before, but now we have.
Okay, because I was like, what is this, a double post? Like,
no, so now we have one for minerals and we have one for structures. So the Sigil 2 and the nearest 2 now get a nice buff to their minerals and structure holds, although we don't have one for ship holds. So.
Oh, so speaking of ships, I know I'm jumping ahead, but like, riddle me this, right? So they changed the shield recharge time on everything.
They did.
And as a result of them changing the underlying code, the shields recharge on the tower isn't dormant. So my question is, what ship class is a dormant tower? Does anyone know? I mean, I'm curious to.
Do you mean the Centrum? Because that's a capital, by the way.
No, dormant 2.
Borg. Cube.
D2, because the shields regen now on the actual towers themselves.
Does that slow everybody down in DR2?
I don't think so. I mean, it's
not enough to matter.
Honestly, I think that the change that made the biggest difference in Dormant 2 was them changing the spacing, because prior, if you started at an average of 7 km and your nightmare bubble was 5.1, it was nothing to get in it, whereas now you could start with a 12 km, right? So 12 km versus 5 km bubble is a little bit. I think that matters more. But if you're someone who was DPSing through either way, I don't think you notice it. I don't think you notice the difference.
Couple seconds difference, okay. Well, that's good then, because that'd be hilarious if they just buffed that and didn't tell anybody. Now everybody's dying.
I don't think it was intentional. I think literally like what we're seeing here is they were like, all right, how do we? It's like what you see in every game where they, first they fork, right? They're like, PvP skills need to be different than PvE skills, and then they laud it as this brilliant thing, and then they're like, holy fuck, we have way too much balance to do, dog.
Yeah. Yeah, Archer, I think that's exactly the case. That's a good read. The structure hold rigs were introduced just in time for Keep Stars. Yeah. I think that's because that's coming. I mean, that's in that roadmap. Part of that roadmap is Fortizars or Keep Stars. They talk about an iron wall in like a different way than they would talk about the Fortizars. And an iron wall is a Keep Star, not a Fortizar. Fortizar looks a little kind of like a regular Citadel.
Well, Fortizar, it's an order of magnitude smaller though.
Yeah.
That's like 10 times the cost, right? So I mean, and also the Fortizar is meant to be like it's like a ready-made T4, so you just have like a forward operating base for your supers, but
right, you just drop it, there it is.
So we think the Keep Star might drop at the same time as the 40. Is that the thought?
The way it reads, it sounds like that's the case, but I don't know. It's hard to say.
That sounds
like a lot.
Shit.
But then again, if the Fortizar is done in the way they word it, then it's just a forward operating Citadel. Yeah. It could be something that's just for drone lands only.
I think you're close. I think it's basically what we have in drone lands, where it's that combat capability, Saab thing, but for our space.
Yeah, maybe.
But it's weird because this thing was supposed to be this whole transport hub, and if you notice, like, there's no language about that. Like, what the fuck happened to that?
Yeah. And there's no tethering because you'd have tethering I'm assuming there'll be no tethering because you have tethering for Fortizars. For Titans.
Well, you shouldn't. Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to have. No,
I don't think they're going to have that. I think you're just going to make them dock in the Keep Star.
Yeah, I think that's more of just a simplicity thing.
Yep. Which does make sense. I think
that's like.
But
yeah, I think that's like fleet hangers. Well, right, because like at a certain point, more than fidelity with Eve. Please God, use your time properly. Like at first, the first thing I thought when I saw the 160 new character images and someone made the joke about the AI art, I'm like, thank God. I'm glad they didn't spend any fucking time on that shit. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Work on the fact that it shouldn't take us 15 years to load into the game.
Yeah. Or to load up all my inventory across all the galaxy.
Oh my fucking God, bro.
Because it's really bad right now. I don't know what the deal is. The new engine, ever since that was updated, it's gotten slow, so I don't know. Yeah, Barrick, no transport hubs until they fix freight. Yeah, freight's still kind of stupid. Anyway, so the new rigs, they put in drone rigs, so drone shield recharge stabilizer, drone shield recharge augmenter, and drone armor repair stabilizer, drone armor repper augmenter as well. So Logi drones got some love. It's 4 types, effective for both large logistics drones and super heavy logistics drones. So whether that's so that's capital and subcap as well is what that sounds like to me. But I haven't gone and actually looked at the actual rigs to really be able to tell. I need to go back and look at that actually because that might impact doctrine. I didn't even think about that until just now. New portrait experience. We've already talked about that. I think everybody loves them because why not? Up here in the north, we simped over Master Joda's new tune, and same thing with Luan's. So I even made a post in the announcements for Razzle Dazzle about it and said, "Look at these two; they're sexy." Nice, Bradrick. I like that. He grew dreads, yeah. So good stuff. I don't think anybody's really complaining about it. It's just what it is. Balance adjustments. So they put this weird 30-second lock protection thing in for Sea and Deads. Well, they said Nihilist space, but also in Sea and Deads. Although I didn't notice it. The first Sea and Dead I ran, I didn't notice it. Anybody else just notice that it's just not there?
Wait, what?
Jumping through a gate.
Yeah.
In a Sea and Dead.
Right.
Any nihilist well, period, whether it's a regular nihilist space or a rift, an unknown hidden rift, or a capital test range, you're supposed to have this 30-second lock protection status as long as you don't touch anything.
Oh, they removed that?
Well, that's what they put that in.
Oh.
And I didn't notice a countdown. I didn't notice anything on my overview showing that I had it. Nothing.
Okay.
So I don't know if that's actually working or not, or what, or if it was just meant for subcap and just means nihilist space for subcap. I don't know.
That's weird.
Am I blind, Doris? Did you see it?
Is that supposed to be on the first gate only or the second gate also?
Well, I thought it was supposed to be for all gates, but I still didn't. Maybe I just missed it.
Because that seems kind of counter to what Nihilus is supposed to be,
Same
right?
shield icon as you get in the regular gates. Okay. Well, I don't know if I saw. I guess I'll just do it again. Well, in case anybody wants to join me and find out, I'm going to run the CTR that's in Pravi's space. It's down in what is that system? It's right. It's the old C-137 Citadel that I was in with Nova. I see that there's one there now. I'm gonna run it in a couple, maybe about an hour or two. If anybody wants to join me, and we'll put that to the test.
I was in Provi like 2 hours ago.
Oh yeah.
Let's see.
Like looking for deals, or
Nah, we tried to find something, but I don't know.
there's been some pretty good deals on Astartes if you need any. Like, let us know.
Okay. Yeah. Sounds nice.
And just go there.
Yeah.
Now.
So in the Capital Proving Grounds and the Unknown Hidden Rifts, they've removed ores from the Danger Depot, the dangerous stash, the Danger Room. Now loading and flying will proceed more smoothly. They added skill chip blueprints to loot crates. I did notice that. So that's nice. So skill chips are dropping there. Even more benefit for running them because their loot value has gone down the drain with debris going down the drain. Not having ore in there is kind of funny. If it loads faster, great. But
I was about to say, at this point, man, whatever gets that to load faster. Let's go, boys.
Let's go. Let's go. The discovery rate of all capital cosmic anomalies has been increased by 4.2%. The effect of the number of destroyed anomalies on the discovery rate has been reduced. Lower Monday discovery rate and more even distribution. So in case you didn't know, regular capital rallies, quarries, CSSs, cap ship specials, that's like a Monday, Tuesday content, and then it's gone for the week. Like that's it.
Yeah.
So hopefully this means they spread out a little bit. Again, this happened on Wednesday for the update. You don't really see things until a Monday time or so. We'll see what this looks next week. But I don't know. I don't know if that really.
Well, so here, what I hear from that is the base rate is increased by 4.2%, and then the curve is less steep, which is great because I think the soft cap was, people argued, but I would say the soft cap was around 7. You could go higher in theory.
Right, but that's how many you were going to get.
Yeah.
7 of those per system in a week, which is
you could do more, but I think it's a good change. And to be honest, given that we're 60 days from January, to your point about Chinese New Year, like pretty strong. To my point, they tend to make economic changes like 1 to 2 months out before something else, unless it's an emergency. So that kind of supports your thought, and maybe we might get something big in January. I think.
Yep.
There's
a lot of things. There's a lot of things there that I think make that a safe bet. But
I'm just saying another one that's like
Yep. Cap ship quarry. The chance of obtaining ore data compiler from the wreck or destroyed Rorqual has been increased by 50%. So we'll get ore data compilers out of cap ship quarries now, whereas we weren't really getting those before. Not really. They said we were, but we weren't. So it is what it is. At least I never really saw them. Maybe I just not paying attention. I don't know. Chinese New Year 29th. That's what he said, 60 days. Yeah, because that's pretty close. Waste Seeker Gravitational Wave Graph. The chance of obtaining integrated and augmented drone fighter blueprints has been increased by 10%. And the Waste Seeker Capital Cosmic Anomaly has the new lightweight ship blueprints in the crates there as well. Chance for those to drop too. So that's pretty cool. And those are the Waste Seeker Capital Cosmic Anomaly. I think those are only in Ethereum Reach. I don't think they're anywhere else.
I always forget which one it is. If it's that or no, I think you're right. I think it's Ethereum.
Yeah, it's Ethereum because it's not in Calvala. Because Calvala is really just PvP and not a whole lot of PvE.
Yeah, it's not Cobalt because Ethereum's the one where you get fucking smashed, right?
Yep,
so yeah.
Yep. Made some changes to modules. I don't know any idea why they did this, but the Natura Warp Core Stabilizer reduced the scan resolution penalty from 50 to 35%. I don't know who the fuck uses that, but whatever. It is what it is. Inertial Stabilizer and Warp Core Stabilizer, they removed the tech level restrictions, so they're continuing to remove tech level restrictions on things. I think that's really, really good for new bros who don't have a whole lot of skills. Are a little slow on the draw. Maybe having some good warp core stabilizers and eye stabs is good for them in their fits. The Yangzheng Capital Ship Remote Armor System Refactoring. They increased the repper amount from 100 to 125%. So that's good. So the Yangzheng continues to that fax just continues to be the best fax in the game, period, bar none. It's better than all the other faxes, armor or shield. Either way, obviously the armor is what I prefer, but yeah, it's incredible. They removed the market category of experimental hanger modification system. It can now be reprocessed to obtain new hangers and materials. I haven't tried that. I know I have like 100 of those sitting somewhere. I haven't had time to look at it. I don't know what you get out of it. Does anybody know what you
Not
get
sure.
when you scrap those? Do you just get blueprints for how they redid the new shit, or what?
Titanium.
You get fucked probably. Yeah, you get 100 titanium, exactly. Something stupid, yeah. Oh, you get 100. That's what you get. You get 100 coolant that you can't trade or something stupid. Yeah. That's why they warned us, yeah. Surprise butt sex, Dars? Is that what you're saying? So, all right. All drones can now be fitted on capital ships. Some capital ships can carry drones. Say what? All drone rigs. Oh, all drone rigs can now be fitted on capital ships. Some capital ships can carry drones. Huh?
A very descriptive line.
What?
Rorwell, maybe. Mining drones.
I don't know. Yeah, anyway, I guess that requires
What section is that under?
That's underneath the modules.
Hmm.
I don't get that one. That one's scratching my head. I don't remember seeing that when I went through this real quick on Tuesday. But anyway, I might come back to that one. We'll get some clarification on it.
Could they not? They mean combat capital. Oh, so you could have like a combat rook. Could you not equip those before, like the?
I have
Is
no
that what
idea.
that is?
I have no idea. Maybe.
So now we can have bait rorks.
Well,
and not just bait
hubris
orcas.
can carry fighters, but a hubris can carry fighters, but it can't carry drones.
Right.
Carriers
right.
can't carry drones either. They can only carry fighters. So I don't know what the hell. Can faxes put regular drones in, like Logi drone? I don't know.
I don't know, but why the fuck? What kind of IQ 900 play? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I don't know.
my
going on?
MK9 drones. Let's go, boys.
Yeah. Anyway, they made some adjustments to the lightweight ships, lightweight scout frigates, explosion velocity. They increased it. Lightweight Condor explosion velocity as well. Lightweight Corax explosion velocity increased as well. The Assault Sky Dome and Augmented Sky Dome, they increased that explosion velocity. They increased the explosion velocity of all the lightweight ships. I'll just stop. That's what they did. Construction, yeah, the data compilers, we talked about that. All test and upgrade modules can now be reprocessed. These are things you were getting in the loyalty point store and couldn't do anything with, and you couldn't. You would always get them back. They wouldn't drop. So you would always get them back for your IP. You could make some really cheap trainer ships with test and upgrade modules, and really screw with people and have them get no kill mail out of you, and also not get any of your shit. It's pretty funny. I really had fun doing that in Delve when we lived there. After reprocessing, a small amount of the 4 Empire's data compilers and device construction units can be obtained, so I guess that's one way to farm those. All stations now support the compression of pyrite into its highest density form. I haven't looked to see, if the fuel cost is the same for that as titanium. I'm sure it is, which means don't do it. I mean, it's just like, holy shit. The amount of fuel you need to compress titanium, if pyrite's the same, and I don't see why it wouldn't be, is astronomically insane. The amount of money you have to spend to buy fuel to compress that is just not worth it. Not worth it. I don't care how much we have to move or how much time or whatever. It's not worth it. So
I'm concerned about what that means is coming, to be honest with you.
I
Because I could see them doing stuff to raise that price.
Well, if you compressed titanium a while back, simply because you just needed very vast quantities of it to begin with, and pyrite wasn't that bad, but it was still the same size. And now you're coming out and saying, oh, by the way, we've increased your mineral hold storage, and we've also given you the ability to compress pyrite. Did they put out capital versions of those rigs by chance for the jump freighters?
Which rigs are you talking about?
The rigs for the mineral hold increase and the structure hold increase, did they put out versions of that for the capitals? Yeah, I didn't think so either.
Good question.
Could somebody look real quick on the market? Just 1 through 4s? Okay. I just want to be sure, because if they put them out for the jump freighters as well, then holy shit, boys.
Yeah,
the
for
amount
real.
of minerals you're going to need for keep stars, just take whatever you had in your head and times it by 100. If that's
I
what they
mean,
did,
I think, I mean, I think we're all expecting that anyway.
it's
Gonna
going
be
to be
s-
insane.
It's gonna be sad.
It's going to be sad.
sad.
Yeah, it's going to be
That's-
insane. Just 1 through 4. So, okay. Well, anyway, if someone looks real quick, then follow up with that. Let me know. I'm pretty sure they didn't, but anyway, I think that is in preparation for something like confirmed. Yeah. Okay. Cool. I think that is confirmation though that's part of what's coming. I mean, we knew pyrite was coming anyway because we got the images for compressed titanium and compressed pyrite and compressed isogen all at the same time. Like all of them are going to be able to be compressed at some point. It's all there in the code. I don't know why they're waiting to release that, but it's all there. The fuel cost needs to come down though because it's insane. Offense lightweight destroyer, while maintaining a similar overall value, adjusted the manufacturing blueprint. So they took some parts out of that. Same thing with the standard lightweight destroyer. They changed up some of the things that are used for the capital emergency hull energizer. So they changed up that on the reverse engineering side as well. So all of those little things got some slight modifications. And of course, with the new capital DCU that they came out with, it's pretty much the same on the blueprint side, only the structured experiment structure data that you need is like 160 versus 200, so it's a little cheaper to build supposedly. Then we got the new event, the Star Breaking Strike, the Interstellar Bazaar for it, and then of course we all know what's going on with that at this point. Then we got the Starbreak Corporation League, which registration period for that is over. It was over as of November 24th at 0800 UTC. So if your corporation wanted to get involved in that, it's too late, and you didn't sign up anyway, it's too late. To sign up for it, you clicked a button, and it just said you're confirmed, and that's it. That didn't nothing. I got no email. I got no nothing. So I hit the button again, and it said, oh, you're already registered. And I'm like, okay, cool. So so I did register. It's a 30v30 type of setup, and I don't know if it's like a corporation clash where you have the 2 towers and the 2 citadels as part of it, or if it's just a blank grid, or what. They have not told us what that looks like. But being that it's 30v30, you can imagine that some corporations are going to go in and just field 30 supers, and that's what this thing's going to turn into is 30 supers versus 30 supers.
But imagine how exciting that will be to watch no one move and watch people just get annihilated, just evaporate under fighter fire.
Yeah.
Just imagine the engaging content we'll get from that.
I mean, I hope it's only 16 corporations, right? And 8 of those are going to be ones that have won the last 1 or 2, interstellar events. They weren't real clear about which one of those, not interstellar events, but the Inscription of the Galaxy events.
Yeah.
They weren't real clear, which one of those, the last one, the last 3, just whatever. I mean, what if 3 people out of the last 4 that won those registers? Like then they'll just backfill it with whatever.
No, it's the last one.
Last one, 8. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So 8 will be coming from that probably. And then the other 8 will come from, I don't know how they're going to judge that. Your corp has to be over 50 days old, has to have more than 50 players. They
say that those things are random, but
they're not.
Yeah, I would say like which I can understand because it's like that first parade. I think they tried to make it random, and then people trolled, right? They showed up and they'd have 4 ships, so.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right, Dars. The corp name can't be numbers, so that we got our second name banned as well. God. So we can't. Maybe we won't get in there. I don't know.
Wait, what's your second? Yeah, so what's your name now? Are you still the numbers?
They set us back to the corp numbers again for the second time. Yeah.
Do they give you Plex, or do they even give you a guidance or any fucking?
They don't say anything. It's just boom, there it is. Too bad.
Do you get so hold on, when they make a change, you log in and your corp is different, or do you get a mail from a GM?
Don't get a mail anything, it's just the name's different, it's just changed.
Your name is just different. Yep. No communication.
No communication whatsoever.
That's top tier.
Isn't it great?
That's exciting.
And you can go and complain to them for a month, and they say they just keep coming back with the yeah, exactly. It means it is what it is. But yeah, I mean, yeah, 2,000 Plex to change the name. Fuck you is what the so I don't know. We have a plan for that. We'll see. But anyway, this Corporation League thing, I think this is really kind of an interesting way. I hope I don't have any delusions that this will get to the point to where it is over in EVE Online, because the way that they do that those tournaments is just fucking epic. You know, you can literally watch it live, so everybody can watch everybody else's fight live. They can see the tactics, you can see the ships they're using. It's all subcaps, it's not capitals. It's a lot of fun to watch. If you know what's going on anyway, you understand the ship classes and what ships do what. It's a lot of fun to watch and follow along. In this case, unless someone records it and puts it out afterwards, you know, I don't know what we'll get in each one of these fights, but I think it's a good start. They did say it's a test phase, that they said the league is also a trial run, marking the beginning of our efforts to make it a long-term experience. During the event, if you encounter issues, yada, 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 give us feedback. Let's work together to improve the competition step by step. When was the last time you heard NetEase literally say in their post, even though they're not going to do it, let's work together?
Lol.
I mean,
Oh boy.
Never. So,
I would settle for them just doing the things they're going to say, like
yeah,
giving us the rewards that we win in like
60 days.
Like, you know what?
90.
I'll compromise. Like a year?
Yeah.
Can I, a
Yeah,
year.
compromise.
If it's a not a custom reward, 90 days. If it's a custom,
Yeah.
I'll take a year because it's a drastic improvement.
Yeah.
What a deal.
Yeah, why just not be like quest complete? Get
By
the
the way,
reward.
Just so folks know, when folks think that UPMing Arrow does nothing, that is absolutely not the case. When you PM Arrow, the trick is say what this is not a troll. Say why you're PMing, be specific, explain that you're frustrated, right? And explain when they close a ticket, respond to it, why you're one-starring it, and get every fucking person you can to write the same tickets.
Yeah.
Absolutely flood their queue with a thing. Because here's the thing, if they can ignore you and get away with it, if they don't give a shit about their customers, it's a good business decision to ignore you if you're going to drop it. If you're not going to drop it and you're going to clog their ticket queue, it's no longer a good decision because they can't get to the shit they can get to.
Yeah, and then also make sure you add the one little phrase that has to go in every single one of those anytime you put a ticket in, which is "I'm loyal customer."
You joke.
No, it's real.
I am loyal customer.
The customer service in this game is like.
Yeah.
No, I went to a LabCorp recently, and I got in and out in 2 minutes, and then I thought about this game, and I got sad. It's like, that's not okay. Wow, LabCorp is above Arrow right now? Like, wow. That's...
Yeah. So, has anybody even listened to the music? Because I haven't. I don't even know what it sounds like yet.
My folks liked this one at least.
Yeah.
But it was good.
I don't think any of the music... The only one I made fun of was the band with the lady singing, and then after like the 15,000th time I heard it, I was like, "Yeah, it's kind of catchy. It's kind. I'm kind of digging it now. Like, you know, it's nostalgic at this point because it was what, the 2-year anniversary or something."
Yeah, I had this problem with the game music that it's copyrighted.
And you can't
in
use it
YouTube.
anywhere else. That's so dumb. Why?
Yeah, I can't use it in
You
the
want
videos
us to
or
promote
anything.
your game, then why don't you let us promote the game? It's just so... Cameo by Benjamin Kelly.
Yeah, like
Oh.
usual games, they do it that it you can use the music because like they want YouTubers or live streamers to
Yeah.
play the game and show it, and then you're like, okay, I need to remove all the audio now from
Yeah.
your game. Very
Yeah.
cool. Now I replace it with my own music.
Yep. AI generated music on Sunu.ai. All right, so they put together the Bazaar, the Reforged Star, all this stuff. They gave us coupons for it. We kind of know what's going on with the region thing. But here's one thing about the region development in the patch notes that I found hysterical. They said CBD Corporation has announced the discovery of a private region and will send a large number of drones first for exploration and development. Now, for those of you that don't know, CBD is a real corporation in this game. That's a real pilot-owned. It's Cobalt Bullying Department. They control Cobalt. Like that's fucking hilarious that they don't know where'd they come up with CBD? How'd they do that? How'd they fuck that up so bad? Anybody have any clue why they would use CBD Corporation in the patch notes? How'd they make that mistake? I'm just
You don't Yeah, you don't spend money on staffing and localization. I think it's actually easier to make that mistake than not. It's just you're just rolling dice at a certain point, right? If you're not doing localization, I mean, eventually you're going to say something.
Is this the argument that if you lock two monkeys in a room for long enough, forever and ever
Dude,
and ever, that eventually they'll write Shakespeare?
I don't know about all that, but eventually, it's a 3-letter acronym, right? Eventually, I mean, you think about like you put out your patch notes, right? It's like there's at least 20 languages represented in the game, right? I'm just surprised they haven't said something like dick yet, right? So we had a CTA like about a month ago in Provi, and we started talking about that, and there's a station name in game, I forget what it's called, but it has court in the name, and you can't say that in game. So then we started being like, well, that's weird and then we all just started saying bannable shit just in fleet chat, right? Just like, but you can say this, you can say horsecock. So, yeah.
Well, just like you can't type in CCP even though that's a system.
Right. So that's, Whoa, JC, calm down. Okay. It's no hate speech here. Okay.
All right.
Listen, we're trying to get back into the CC program. Okay?
Yeah, there it is. Darlis. Yep, exactly.
Oh my God, Darlis is no chill tonight, man.
No,
He's fucking just
right. It is. There it is. Yeah. All right. So obviously, if you didn't know, on those unlocking the 20, you're not going to get anything rare until you've unlocked all 20 at least out of each one of those 1, 2, 3, or 4. Wait on some of those if you really want SP as your like secondary thing, and not and you're trying to go for something that's wait for that third level basically, which unlocks on the 28th, 4 more days. So, but if you've already started spending stuff, then now you're going to spread it around and not have a chance of getting the rare ones, which is the gold ringed ones. Those are the rare ones. You're not going to get those until you hit 20, at least a chance anyway, until you hit 20 developments in that region. So just keep that in mind. The rest of this stuff is just kind of whatever. Nothing else too crazy here in these patch notes, unless there's anything else you think's worth mentioning. OC, I don't really think of anything else here that's worth mentioning. Oh, I didn't even know that. Big King. I don't really pay attention to low sec, or naming of NPCs, but okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah. No, I think the biggest thing is just
listen to the cracklings.
Oh my gosh.
I have to read that for the audio for the podcast. He says, we have all heard that a million monkeys banging on a million typewriters will eventually reproduce the entire works of Shakespeare. Now, thanks to Eve Echoes, we know this is not true.
My favorite part of that is the commas. Like the comma placement really seals in the flavor. Now, comma, thanks to Eve Echoes, comma, we know this is not true.
Yeah, that's so good.
Well said, dude. Amazing.
That's so good. That's so good.
If you ask me, like it's not the most exciting thing, but I would just draw attention to this. Like I think it's interesting that.
Oh yeah, shield buff stuff.
A lot of the like client side stuff that they're doing, like for like the refactor and stuff, they don't post in the patch notes, and I think this is the closest thing we get to that because it's easy to say, yeah, we're working on it because we have fatigue. We're working on it, fatigue, right? But when you see stuff like this, it seems like they are trying to at least make things simpler for themselves in the end, which I think helps us with the balance stuff. So I don't know. I think that's cool to see. Not huge and exciting like the super stuff, but yeah.
No, I think it's all good. I think they've made a lot of defensive buffs that maybe as on the individual buffs people haven't really thought of as being anything game changing, but in the aggregate and the whole, it does make a difference. It does make a difference. Even on the regular carriers, like the fighter rig anyway, the
light fighter rig,
fighter siege, for the regular carriers. Yeah. You can make a regular, now that you got a capital DCU, a regular capital DCU, you can make a regular carrier tanky as fucking hell.
That was good to see as well. I would agree. Like, because it was getting a little silly because you're sitting there with Vasses, which I don't think Vasses are broken, but they're just adding utility like a motherfucker to those things. And the carriers are sitting there like, if you're just in like a regular NID before one of these patches, right? Like you're just flat on paper mache.
Yeah. You're a money machine, and that's it. You can't do anything else. You can't keep up on the DP. There's Tempest Fleet issues that have way higher DPS than you do. They're faster than you are.
They're cheaper to fucking IP.
They're cheaper to IP, and they can out-tank you all at the same time, and it's a battleship versus a carrier. So now that's not quite the case, although it's still – carriers still need a bit of a defensive buff in my mind. Because, I mean, you've got battleships that are getting into the 3 and 4 million range in hit points, and that's kind of where carriers are at, or less than that. The Lancers on the Dreadnought side are way up there. I know I've seen one that was 30 million, which is crazy because that's a super. Oh, that's a really shitty super, but it's still a super. The good supers are getting anywhere from 60 to 100 million on the EHP, if not higher. So it with still good DPS output as well. So the carriers are just 1-2 million, maybe. It's going to get chewed through pretty fast. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if they continue to buff those or not. I don't know. I wish they do. I hope that they buff the defenses, which maybe on the tactical defense side, on that implant with the GUs they're coming out with, depending upon how they do that, maybe that'll help. Yeah, that'll be very interesting to see how they do that. I don't know what those kinds of GUs are going to be. They're not going to be GUs that affect your micro warp drive or anything else. They're going to be GUs that affect maybe they will be. I don't. Maybe they'll just maybe all the implants will be able to be used there. But that's a dual stack area now, so I think that's a little OP, don't you? Because it's 2 implants at once. If both implants can fit a full stack of whatever up to the 45 level, which is what 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 GUs.
I would imagine that they're going to need to treat those different than the regular pool, just from a balance standpoint, right? Like the TAC defense ones, because you can have 2 implants active at once. It wouldn't. I mean, this is NetEase, right?
Yeah, so it wouldn't surprise me. Yeah,
I really think it wouldn't make sense for those to operate in the same pool, right? You might have some effects that stack, but it should take that into account.
Yeah, but I see those more as things like they should be more of things like like a reaction time, like activation time of some kind, or reactive like speeding up the
inertia.
Inertia, ship bonus, maybe things that do apply to the ship bonuses. Something, yeah, exactly, Mad Devil. Something like that, yeah. Warp speed, something that counters, that's different, that makes it separate from. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. They could do some very interesting things there, so let's hope so. All right, we're done with all the patch notes, all the in-game updates for the week, and speculation on what's to come from the roadmap. Let's talk about war stuff going on around the map, because there's lots of little things breaking out. I guess Kraken has decided to just spank Meow after we got done with them. Is that what's going on, Juby? Because I see you guys in Quirius and Catch and over even in parts of. Well, yeah, mostly just in Meow space, it seems like. Is that what's going on with Kraken? You guys are hitting Meow right now?
I don't know. Not really, but god damn. I don't remember what was it what I was hitting. Yeah, but yeah, we've been in those areas.
Okay.
But I don't know who is renting and who is living in what place. It's kind of difficult to say.
Okay.
But yeah, but not really like a war declaration or anything right now. We just captured some citadels, but I don't know what's it all about in the end. But hopefully things will clear up and the Great Kraken will give some kind of response.
I keep waiting for you guys to do something. I keep waiting for you. I mean, you made this giant alliance and all in the efforts of, getting prepared for Titans, which are right around the corner, controlling your own destiny. So I keep waiting to see you guys really form a good sized fleet and go smack somebody with it. You should have enough player base for it. Void and Burr combined.
Yeah.
So
there was a few opportunities, but then I don't know what happened.
Then those just went away.
Yeah.
Interesting. I know on our end, I'm sure most of the server already knows this, but for Silent Fed, obviously we were smacking around Meow for quite some time. We're done with that, and we're smacking around AOA pretty hefty right now. to the point to where they've started to unanchor their outposts. That's a first. So that's fun to watch. I don't know if anybody else wants to have fun with that, but we're having fun with it, that's for sure. So that's what's going on with us in terms of war and targets and having a good time. We've got a PPK up. Yeah, killing it, having a great time. I've seen our pilots get more energized over the last 2-3 months with these kinds of events, with what we're doing and who we're hitting and why and how and the tactics and everything. I've seen people get more energized than I've seen them in a long time, since we were smacking Void, actually.
Yeah,
at the beginning of the year,
for sure.
So
That's we need some kind of a conflict or war to get.
Yeah, that's really easy to
more-
do. Just go make one.
Yeah. Make
Oh,
one.
wow.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it's great. That's good stuff. What was the rest on the thing on the docket? I don't even remember what I said. I think that's about it, though, on the war side. It's just, yeah. Oh, well, I guess you can. I mean, I don't know. Okay, so I'm gonna say it because I'll just go ahead and say it and rip the Band-Aid off. Yeah, Dara's whatever. So, Juby declaring war on Pravi. Just Juby. It's just Juby. There's his content. Yeah, new faction war
Juby.
games is dead. Cool. It's dead.
Honestly, I don't think we could withstand Juby. Like, I mean, the dude literally knows sorcery.
Yeah, I
Right?
know.
Like, I don't.
If
Yeah.
I had the
Like, that's not
soundboard,
even-
I'd play the clip. It's pretty rough.
Like, that's not even part of this genre,
No.
right? Like, it's cheating.
And I already do visit Provi almost every week.
Do you? So, big news for my corp and Rambo's corp. We merged Red 1 into Big this week.
Oh, noise.
So I don't know when Rambo's going to come back and do the podcast though, because he didn't come along.
Oh,
Oh, magic.
Him
I would
and,
think that was like the key, like the.
him and yeah, he moved to HTP. So
It's like,
I'll just
we
put-
got Rambo's corp caveat, but no Rambo.
but no Rambo. Yeah, now with less Rambo. Red 1 now with less Rambo.
Damn, that's a shitty Steam sale.
And that's the hot shots part 2 right there. That's
Oh,
that's
my
kind of
God.
rough. That's kind of rough. I feel bad, but not really. I kind of feel bad. So yeah, Red 1 is now going to be part of Big. So I'm excited though. Big, Red 1's got a lot of great pilots. There's a lot of good people in Red 1. So I think Rambo's alts are, and even Rambo Tay, which is one of his, which is hilarious, is going to HTP as well. So yep. So, oh, that's a good. I almost forgot. Rebel. These aren't really photoshops because you can see them in the game now too. I didn't think they were going to be in the game, but they're in the game. So I'll go find those real fast and post those up. So, if I can find where the hell they're at, they're in my stash.
Step
of
away for a
stuff
moment.
here. Yeah. Give me 1 second to go find it. But I mean, it's in the boxes. That is the Hurricane Assault Logistics, the Can Use Striker, and I forget the third one. That's also a dumbass name. But all of those are in the game now, and they will be available to get in one of these reward things. And I'm sure they're going to go at the end of the Omega updates. The dual Omega updates, when you pay for enough of those, 800 months, 1200 months, whatever it is, and then the Caracal anti-aircraft. What the fuck is that thing? And plus, there's nanocores for them too. I'm sure there's going to go at the end of that Omega update thing as well as additional rewards. If you look at the stats on them, they're ridiculous and they're not worth flying. I don't know why they. I would really expect the Caracal anti-aircraft. That would be really cool if they had some kind of crazy bonus for them for the rapid, like rapids, rapid missiles or something, or flat cannon kind of thing, but no, they don't. Thank you for pulling those up. I was trying to find those. I still can't find them in my damn stash, but yeah, it's totally weird. It's totally weird. I don't get any of those ships. I don't understand any of that. And they make changes to those ships every once in a while in the patch notes too, and I don't understand. No one's flying them. I mean, really, honestly, maybe 20 people in this game are flying them. So, anti-scepter device, it's called a Lancer. Cool Runner, it's called a Lancer. That's what an anti-scepter device is. Or it's called a Marzio with artillery. Level
I'm
45
looking at
artillery.
the
That's an
new
anti-septic
Caracal.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. 6 high slots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not going to kill a heavy fighter. It's going to have a hard time killing a
No.
fighter.
And only 2 mid slots. You
Yeah.
need a lot of webs to slow them down.
Yeah,
But I don't.
I don't get it. I don't get it. That's about all I got, guys. OC, if you got anything else, I don't know if you're back yet. Juby, you got anything else you want to cover before we call it a show? It's been a good show.
No, I'm good. Very good. I'm gonna eat dinner and go to sleep soon. And yeah, nothing to add. Thank you for having me here.
Of course. Go ahead and do a plug for your stuff. You do it every show. Go for it. Your channel and all that stuff. What's your channel up to?
Oh, we're doing
shit.
now.
Consider your suggestions. I was going to make fun of people. Yeah, you're right.
Oh, let's do that first.
Okay, let's go do that. We're going to go make fun of consider your suggestions. And that's what I do when I do these. I make fun of people. I don't go through and talk about the ones that make sense.
Also remember to subscribe to Echoes of a New Eden podcast in YouTube and whatever place.
Sixter Bin 9 says make the tick drops every 25 or 30 minutes instead of what they are now. He got 27 downvotes because that's just stupid. Why does that even need to be anyway? Let's consider nothing. Oh, we got an update. Doro himself from Kraken put in one. Let's see what it says. If you really want to bring competitive PvP content to EE in tournament form, split the Starbreak League between capitals and non-capitals, make 2 different brackets, and lower it to 20v20 and 10v10 version. The event is not tailored to select small group corporations that can fill 30 slots with supers and facts. Yeah, exactly. So you're showcasing content that you forcefully disable in the game by making capital ships stupidly expensive. If you want to have capital PvP large-scale content in EE, fix the prices. Such a tournament won't showcase good PvP groups. I think everybody kind of agrees on that. We talked about that before. That's really all I've done is made it 30 supers versus 30 supers. But it is what it is. Oh, here's another good one. I guess this is a good one. The only thing says the avatar selection is terrible and void of facial hair representation. What the fuck? No beards? You don't like the fact there's no beards or mustaches? No Hitler beard, right? So someone can just really piss everybody off. Please make some avatars with epic beards. That's this next line. Play up some crazy Orthodox face furs or the Egyptian dagger boards. Oh my God, what's wrong with you? All of it got lame, weak soul patches and gimpy goatees. Wow. That's crazy. Okay. Jeez, dude. The new integrated assault destroyer lightweight ships are better than frigate lightweights in every way, including tracking speed and regular speed. It kind of makes the frigates nearly unnecessary. This also makes it so people with bipolar 1 rigs are worse off than those with mono 2. Please add comparable integrated assault frigates and bombers. Kind of agree with that. Not just the Desis. That makes sense to me. Gold Core for Marshall, anybody? Hackerus from Zan wants that. Oh, here's one from Rebel. He's in the audience tonight, so I'll read his. Rework grapplers to be instant effect rather than a build-up. Also, release grapplers for battle cruisers and battleships. That was downvoted 33 times. And I would tend to agree. Yeah, it's a little bit more. Not that long. It's not that bushy, but yeah, it's closer to what side profile looks like. Oh my God, Captain Rockhard. Make it possible to spend 8,000 R to unbind a supercarrier core from a character so it can be traded to another character.
Maybe
8,000
in the future.
R. Holy crap. That's
what he feels is reasonable.
That's not that's just ridiculous. That's just make them sellable in game, like almost everything else. Okay, Uncle Backrub, what a hell of a name. Enforcer needs a capacitor use reduction for lasers. Hard to sustain firing these weapons as well as running other modules. Downvoted 23 times. Get skills. Get good, scrub.
Yeah, that's the lasers.
Yeah.
They use
Lasers
capacitor.
are what they are. All right, one last one because it got 24 down votes, and so make Raven version with Bastion Siege module, please. 4 turrets, but Bastion Siege gives 100% damage, 100% boost repair amount, and complete weapon and targeting disruption immunity, as well as Megathron Tempest and Apocalypse called Marauders. This will really bring many of EVE Online players back to the game. No, it won't. No, it won't.
Yeah,
So
won't bring any players.
now.
Just for the Raven.
Yeah, exactly, Roderick. Exactly. All right, there was consider your suggestion. I'm done. I'm toast. I hear upstairs dinner's ready, so it's time for me to wrap it up. Anything else, OC? Are you even back yet? You probably didn't come back. You're gonna come back. He's gonna come back to the Discord. We're all gonna be gone, and he's gonna be like, "Oh shit, I missed it all." I don't think we need the grappler changes. Maybe on the capital side for them to be instant effect and then dissipate or something, but I don't think we need them for battleships. I don't think we need them for battleships. Nope. It's called a bubble. So, all right. That's all I got. I'm going to play the outro, and we will go from there, guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I think it's this one.
Going on,